Hi, friends. In our time together today, I'm going to take a stab at answering a question that many of you have asked me. Scott, what is your favorite low D whistle? Whew, that is so hard. Um, I need to start and say from the outset, I don't have one favorite low D whistle. If you were to take all my whistles, all my low D whistles, and put them on a table and say, choose one, the rest are going away, I have no idea what I would do. And I'm going to explain that in just a minute. Um, you see, not just the low D, but the tin whistle itself, contrary to what some people say, is not a simple instrument. It's quite complex. Each whistle brings so many different things to the table from a variety of standpoints that it's difficult to say, oh, this is the best low D whistle. Well, think with me about a couple of caveats that feed your decision as to what is the right short list of whistles for you. The first caveat is that every whistle has different tone characteristics, different volume between octaves, different factors of those tone characteristics. Breathiness, is there any chiff in there? Does it have that little bit of bite to it? Is it smooth? Is it clear? Is it mellow? And you don't get all of that, bundled into one whistle. If you want all of that, you have to buy many whistles. And then there are the caveat of the situations in which you play. So every whistle's different. And then I'm moving into the caveat of the person, but first the caveat of the situations in which a person plays. I play in my small study. I don't play loud whistles inside very much. Sometimes I do, and hurts my ears a little. But you have something you play by yourself. You have something you play with other people. You have something you play when you're performing, if you perform. You may have a whistle for fast tune, a low D for fast tunes. You may have a low D for playing airs and slow tunes. And then there's the other facet of the caveat of the person, and that's, what do they really like? What does that person want out of a whistle? What tone are they after? What tones are they after? And let's say you're after a mellow tone and you're after that traditional grabby tone with an edge and a bit of chiff to it. You'll need two different whistles. And so all that comes into play. And what volume do you want? And the playability. What do you want a whistle that and this really belongs also in the factors of the whistle. There are whistles that have a lot more breath pressure, and the hard blowers of the world and the easy blowers. Where do you want your whistle in there? Do you want something in the middle? And that goes into the caveat of the whistles as well. So all of that comes into play. It's quite possible that your favorite whistle when you get started may be your third favorite later down the road, or your fourth. So it's all very different. And then you've got the question of, when you start playing, do you start with, what kind of whistle do you start with? I always recommend you start with probably a good intermediate that meets your criteria, but is not going to be an excessively hard blower to just make you want to set the thing down in exasperation. But everybody's different. You might go that route. Then there's the other caveat of what key whistle are you after? I said low D. This is, kind of about my favorite low D, but, maybe you're really after a low F. Maybe you're after an A, maybe a low C, below D. I know people that prefer that. So, what keys are you after? And if you buy multiple keys, do you want them all from the same manufacturer with the same tone characteristics? Or do you want different keys with different tone characteristics to bring to the table? So many caveats. And I've not even yet said that big caveat of budget. How much money can you spend? And what do you want to buy first? And then are you going to, like the way I do it is I've got a certain budget allocated that I spend on whistles, and I can only spend so much at a time. So, that is so much. That's why I say, I can't say this is my one favorite whistle, because I love a variety of tones and what they bring to different tunes. And so if I'm playing one tune, my hand is probably going to go to one whistle. And if I'm playing another tune, my hand's going to probably go to another whistle. Now, I do have some whistles I pick up much more than others, and that's why they're in my short list. So, let's move in that direction. All right. So, I said I don't have if you were to take all my whistles away and leave one, I would simply cry. I don't know what I would do. In no particular order, I'm going to very briefly tell you what the 5 are and why. The very first low D I bought, I think, was a perfect purchase for me. The Howard low D, I got it with the balanced head. One of the things I love about the Howard, I love the tone. It has moderate back pressure. I'm not even sure how to categorize that. But it does require back pressure in the top end of the second octave. How about that? That's how I can say it. And I find this a beautiful whistle. My hand often goes to the Howard. I love the tone. And one of the things I particularly like about the Howard is that you could get just a few different heads, which actually change the character of the whistle completely. And I think that is brilliant. And again, I am amazed they're the only folks of the primary brands who are doing that. Well done, folks at Howard. I love it. I just like them. Next, just because my hand just picked it up, no Freudian intent on priority, is the Carbony Wide Bore close finger spacing low D. I love the tone of this whistle. It's mellow, it's warm, it's got a slightly different, almost woodiness coming out of the carbon fiber that I think is brilliant. And I love the close finger spacing. I love how this plays. I love how it sounds. Next on my list, probably my most recent purchase is the Burke Brass Viper Low D, and I might feel the same about the aluminum one. I know, I probably would. But I love the fullness, the expressiveness, and the cleanly warmth to the tone of the Burke. I don't even know how to describe tone sometimes. I think it's too difficult. Remember, I said the whistle's a very complex beast. Now, I need to throw in the Kerry Chieftain. This is the non-tunable version because that's what was in my budget when I bought it. And, when people are saying to me, I want something that's going to play easily, bottom to top, and going to have a good tone, leaning a little traditional, the Kerry is just such a beautiful option. And for that, it remains in my top 5. And I need to throw in the MK Pro as well. To be honest, this is not the first whistle I pick up when I'm going to play, but I like it when I pick it up. It's still among my top five. It's a beautiful whistle. I think maybe for me. So anyway, good rich tone, plays freely. Second half of the second octave you have to learn the breath pressure, but I love playing and I love the tone of the whistle. The drawback for me is I did buy the thumb rest, and my hands do get a little tired playing this after a while. So I'm going to play a little bit on each, and I need to add I have a quick sixth to throw into the mix for a specific reason. So a bit of Spancel Hill on the Howard with the balanced head. All right, I said a bit, but I ended up playing the whole thing. It's important if you have a whistle, if you choose a whistle, to take some time to get to know it, to put in the work to learn to play it well. The Carbony Wide Bore Close Finger Spacing, Spancel Hill. All right, that's the Carbony. I love all of these. So, the Burke Brass Viper Low D, Spancel Hill. The Burke. Now, the Chieftain V5. That was the Chieftain. Now, the MK Pro. All right, now 5 whistles. They are at this moment in time my 5 favorite whistles, 5 favorite low D whistles. Now, if you, and I've asked this before, and I think there are a couple I need to catch up with, but if you want me to compare any of these whistles head to head more fully, or any of these whistles with other low D whistles, please ask. Like I said, I think I've got a couple I still need to do for you that people have asked, but ask again if I've not done it, please. It's in my list and I need to bubble it up to the top because I love doing these comparisons. I so want you to have a whistle you love. I know people that say, yes, I spent money buying that whistle that I loved when I hear people play it, but I got it and I just can't play it to save my life. And I don't want to put in the effort. I'll set it aside, but I need a different whistle and I'll try that one again in a year. And that's very possible. So, what whistles do you want me to compare? And more, what are your top 5? Please, I want to know. And the reason, particularly, very selfishly, what are your top 5? Because I probably need to buy those next. Bear in mind, I primarily buy and focus on whistles currently available in the market. If you can no longer buy a whistle, I'm unlikely to highlight it for you because everybody can't just run out and buy one. And so, what are your top 5 and what other comparisons do you want? Now, I said I had a 6th whistle for you, and I have a caveat. One of the caveats I mentioned in my list above, the preparatory conversation, was, what if budget's an issue? Well, what if budget's an issue? Because if budget were an issue, you probably wouldn't buy one of my top 5 because they're all more expensive whistles. Beautiful, though. I think the Howard and the non-tunable Chieftain V5 are the least expensive. But if budget is really an issue, I will add another whistle, and that is the Kerry D from Kerry Whistles. Now, Phil Hardy, who is the mastermind of Kerry Whistles, has just come out with a thinner head version, but I sent him an email, and he says it plays the same. If budget's an issue, this is probably the best inexpensive low D you're going to get. If budget's an issue and you don't want to spend a lot of money to see if you like playing this thing, then this may be at the top of my, if you need a cheap whistle to just get started, list. So, Spancel Hill. right, my friends. I hope you liked my Scott, what's your favorite top few whistles list? I know you all asked me what's my favorite low D. But you got what are my favorite top 5 low Ds. And I think that's as close as I can get. I hope this has been a helpful video for you. Please like it if it has. If you're brand new and just checking us out because of my top 5, then please subscribe. We have a amazing community of folks learning to play the whistle together. I have received so much help from being a part of this community. I know I'm the face and I'm the one making the videos and I'm the one teaching some stuff, but some of the stuff I teach is stuff I learned from you because I am learning as we go and grow together. Until next time, this is Scott Shade. Happy low D whistling, my friends.